machines, right? Not milkmaids.
Milk machines, I believe.
All right. SSD versus milk machine. Okay. Good evening, FLV, and welcome to SSD versus milk machines. I am joined by a first-time caster and a new member to FLV. I'm joined by Ziff.
Second time caster, did cast Misfits versus Doug last night, but yes, I am new here. Glad to be joined by good buddy N-Try. Hopefully this is a good game, you know. I'm excited to see SSD gaming, obviously. The inverse of DSS gaming for those who are not familiar.
Yes, this is going to be a very good match. I'm really excited to see how Milk Machines plays. I really do want Milk Machines to put up some solid numbers, but to play devil's advocate at the same time, they are going against a stacked team on the side of SSD. I mean, you have names who are just known to FLV. You have Sock, Claws, Draken, Captain Winners.
These are gods amongst peasants in the FLV community. Obviously, looking at the main roster, they do have a couple of subs here. Claws, for example, subbing in. Not sure what's going on with Depp, who unfortunately cannot make it for SSD. I'm gonna mess that up a lot tonight. But already we're seeing some agent picks here. On the side of Milkman, we got a pretty standard comp here with the Omen and the Sova and the Yoru. But interesting picks here from Aimbot Alex and Pixel with the Sage and Waylay. You know, we do see Waylay on some other maps, but I feel like usually not a common pick on Haven.
You are going to have to deal with Sock on his Neon. That is his go-to agent in FLV. He floats towards Neon Arena. It's one of those two. And Milk Machines, that's going to be really tough for them to deal with. Sock is I believe, the current ACS record holder with, I believe, 500 something ACS. I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but Sock's a shooter. Claws, he's also a shooter.
He's not that good. My team, for those you don't know, Nomads, we did beat Claus's team in week 1, so guy's overrated, but let's see if he can have a comeback here tonight. What I am interesting to see is that the dynamic between these two duelists, Sock and Colby. I'm not sure what. Looks like Colby's an ascendant, so his aim should be pretty good. But you know, utilizing that Yoru that we've seen so many times, taking those aggressive angles, maybe trying to get a couple early picks in the round, giving them a better chance of winning those defense, but obviously could easily get run down by the Neon. You know, we'll see those sight executes with the wall, the stun, just absolutely brutal and taking a lot of space. So it's going to be interesting to see that clash. Already right off the bat, we're seeing a double stack here on A site from the two duelists. Looks like it's going to be...
Good evening.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be A side heavy focus. No one, they're just leaving C completely open. And if you take a look, SSD is going to be doing a garage split onto the C bomb site. So it's interesting to see how these guys are going to react. Maybe get the Yoru, or not the Yoru, the Sova and the Waylay to rotate off quickly.
And it does look like it's going to be a C split. You do have Breach and Neon wanting to take this fast crowd control, but that Sage Wall might be an issue. And just like that, the Sage Wall is going to come through, and Colby is already going to be brought down to 13 HP. Solvadar will tag him up. He's going to get healed back to 100, though, and he's going to retreat back to safety. It is a retake. It looks like a retake is going to be happening on the side of Milk Machines, and SSD already on site. Sock posted up near that smoke with the frenzy.
Machines just completely give up the bomb site after that initial pressure on the Yoru.
Sock with that first pick on the Colby, but Milkman with that pick on the Winners with that shock dart. Sock looking to get some time through garage. Draken spamming through that smoke, but not able to find anything. Jules.
There's no way. Sock. You expect that positioning from Sock.
Pixel whipping a little bit, but he does end up getting the kill. But Draken is there with the instant trade. And that is going to be round 1 on the board for SSD, and it almost looked like it was too easy for them, if I dare say so myself.
Yeah, they were able to instantly push off that Yoru early aggression C, and they did have some positioning garage to put that extra pressure, and that just caused an instant retake or It just caused Milk Machines to instantly back off that site and try to play for retake, but as they tried to flood in, they weren't good on the trades, they weren't good on their initial picks, and yeah, we just get a great site hold.
Fast from Milk Machines. Sock sliding in with that Spectre, getting that kill on Alphonse, and Sock is going to be looking for more. Aimbot Alex looking to get something done. Misses that right click on the Sock, and Sock's going to punish for that. Dragon fighting a kill on the Pixel. Sock sliding in for more and finds Colby, going for the space transfer on Lit Milkman, but unable to find it. Lit Milkman eventually takes him out, but his Milkman in a 1 versus 4, and he's unable to get any more as Claws finishes up that round.
They don't fix it, and SSD just go for the exact same play with the C pressure. Obviously, they send their star player, Sock, to go in, farm those orbs. He gets a 3K and just absolutely secures the bomb site, and at that point, it's just over. You know, they're left in a 5v2, I believe. You know, they do get the pick on Sock, but left in a 1v4, and it's just impossible with the heavy weaponry. And we're going to see an instant change up from SSD going 5 stat. Oh, looks like Cypher Lurk, but 4 people. Hey, so we're going to see how this plays out.
Sock already down short, fast. Spots the shoulder of Kobe. Kobe's going to take a pop shot. Pop flash will come out, but Sock falls, unable to make any of those shots connect. Kobe's going to retreat back to CT for that heal. And Claws returning the numbers with a pick on the Alphonse.
That is a big pick. That is a big pick for Kobe to get on Sock. Taking out their star duelist, and that's going to allow them, that's going to put them in a 4v3 position, very vulnerable. Obviously, you want them to convert the bonus round here. You do not want SSD to convert a bonus first full buy round. They're going to try to get their economy stabilized, but after this, you know, we're going to hopefully get a first full buy versus full buy round. We can see cap and winners and Jules slowly creeping up into grass here. We do have presence on A from Draken, but they're not really making that many moves. Throws the smoke. And they just cut noise completely. They're going to try to play slow. Maybe wait for Milk Machines to make a mistake, give up a pick. And here we see Draken regrouping with the team.
30 seconds left.
This round has come to a bit of a standstill, huh?
Yeah,
team trying to feel out the other.
But Milk Machines are playing very good, not making any mistakes, not giving up equal numbers, so that they can play this retake and hopefully get their trades out and win the round. It's coming down to the final seconds here, but Cap Winner is able to get the plant down, and it's going to be a 4v3 retake.
Holding that stun out is going to spot many players CT, and he's going to rip it just to stall. And Cap Winner's stuck in the corner. He's going to have to try to find his one. Goes to the Spirit of the Ares, unable to make anything connect though. Pixel takes him out. Now it's aimbot Alex, trying to find any players who might be on site. But both players are in long, and Draken falls. Now it's just Julie in a 1 versus 3, but she's unable to make anything happen. And this is going to be the first round on the board for Milk Machines. Sorry, I don't know
Machines, yeah, Milk Machines convert their first full buy round. Don't let SSD bonus them. And I want to highlight that early pick off the short aggression from Colby, taking out their star duelist, obviously in Sock. That just kind of really diffuses their whole attack plan on the A-bomb site. And they do get, I believe they get 1 kill either on the B side or C side. But again, aimbot Alex instantly gets the extra kill and puts him in a 4v3. And after that, they're going straight into a 2-2-1 default, trying to work the map, see if Milk Machines make any mistakes.
Sock going through garage super fast with that breach line to support him, and he's going to get through completely uncontested. He's waiting for his team to scale up C-Long, and he's going to slide out and find that pick on the Pixel and the pick on the Alphonse as well. Is he going to find that pick under the Waylay? No, the Waylay's going to dash back to safety. Sock's family through the smoke, trying to find something happen, but Cap Winters with that Odin going to do it for Sock.
If you're Milk Machines here, surely we're thinking about a save. It's looking more and more impossible as Sock continues to get these picks. It's a 5v2. Of course, we do have Claws trying to go for the aggression. Maybe thinks someone's wrapping garage, but nope, he clears that. And Colby and Limp Milkman left to save. We might see Sock go in here, trying to break the economy. They know it's their full buy round. Not going to be great economy-wise if they lose these weapons.
Enemy remaining.
Claws with the pick on Colby. They know where Limp Milkman is, and he's just gonna have a trouble. Oh, he does get the pick on Sock. That is huge. Hopefully he saves the rifle here. Doesn't get to save the rifle, and it's looking like it's gonna be an eco round for Milk Machines.
And SSD is just playing off of this aggression from Sock so well. They're able to trade up on him just perfectly, it seems, and it just Milk Machines having a really hard time dealing with his aggression coming out from Sock. Sock is just so fast and his aim is just so well, and with those two factors combined, it makes it really difficult.
Of course, we have SSD on a full buy here, but looks like we got a bit of a half buy here from Milk Machines. Let's see if they can convert this at all. Of course, aimbot Alex does get the first pill on Sock, abusing that early aggression that we've seen every round from Sock. And he's able to upgrade his weaponry, get the Phantom. And all of a sudden, it's looking a lot more winnable.
Claus has lurked up B, unknowing that there are 3 players stacked towards that side. Gets something done, finds the flick on a Kobe, gets out, but Alphonse is there, catches the shoulder of Claus and takes him out with the stinger.
And that's going to be another rifle on the side of Milk Machines. Left in the 4v3, Alex gets the info peek. Be absolutely devastating for SSD to lose this round. Of course, you expected them to win. They're on the stronger buy. Let's see if Captain Winter can take advantage of this Odin. And he gets 2. He is traded out by Alphonse. And aimbot Alex with the closing pick, securing the 2v1. Not a thrifty, because we did see a half buy here, but still, if you're SSD, you're thinking, we need to win these rounds, these heavier buy rounds, especially against the weaker weaponry and stingers. But Milk Machines take advantage of that early round aggression from SSD. They're able to upgrade their weaponry, able to get numbers, and secure that 4v3 post plant.
And I wonder if Sock getting picked off that early in the round is going to make them change their attacking strategy.
Looks like it is. We can see Sock here going with the team. They do still have a lot of early round aggression.
Sock getting dinked right off rip from the player in garage, and he's already brought down to 10 HP. He is going to try to hold for this CT angle, see if he can get anything done. He has to try to get something done with him being that low. And then it looks like he might get 2. And 2 he will get. Knows that there's another player. CT gets back to safety in the default. Well, Sock being on 10 HP, this is essentially a 1 versus 2.
One enemy
Alphonse
remaining.
on that flank.
There's no way Sock expects the lurk here from Tubby, but he goes for the rewrap. Sock. He's gonna get Milkman, but he's at 10 HP. Unable to clutch the 1v2. Obviously, we see that early round damage coming out from aimbot Alex and Limp Milkman. Able to finish off Sock, who is only at 10 HP at the end of the round.
I didn't catch who the garage player was, but the garage player getting that dink on the Sock on the entry might have been Milk Machine saving grace. I mean, Sock did end up giving 2
Alex
in the end, but wow, that was really good damage really early on.
Honestly, I don't think it was a bad site execution from SSD. They were able to get this bomb site, but as Milk Machine started to flood, the trades didn't go their way. Obviously, we do have Sock with that great ratty position, but in the end, went the way of Milk Machines. And we're going to see this counter strat here. Instant wall. It's going to get broken, but we do know so far SSD have love aggressing the C side. It's going to cause some a little bit of rotates over from B, but
fall back here.
not too much. They're just Milk Machines here playing very patiently, waiting for SSD to make the first move before they over rotate.
Wow, what a nice shot by aimbot Alex. Unfortunately, the Phantom on Sock's side only brings him down to 10 HP, so he is going to get out of there alive, and he is going to be brought back up to 100 HP by his Sage.
That was a very risky move aimed by Alex, going for the re-clear of grass.
Headshot.
Claus finding a pick on A site, but Sova is there for the trade. Milkman.
And I wonder if that lurk was a right idea from Claus. He might have gotten a little too aggressive there.
Julie finding a pick on the aimbot Alex. That is a good start for SSD to bring back the numbers towards their favor. 2 versus 3. Ults on both sides of the
30
players
seconds
for
left.
SSD.
Last player standing.
Captain Winners does expect the swing out from window, but he's unable to get the trade. Captain Winners does get one, but at the end of the day, the 1v3 is too unwinnable. And for the first
just like
time this
that,
game, Milk Machines are up 4-3. Looks like they're starting to stabilize their economy. You know, they're all in a full buy. A couple with, you know, some thousands of credits left, and here we see SSD on their first half buy.
Sock is going to be investing that Neon ult, so that is a force to be reckoned with this round, but a stinger on the side of Captain Winners, that could be a problem, especially if you're only focusing on 3 rifles, and Sock already brought down the 88 from that smoke spam. He is going to be executing with that stun. That Neon ult will be popped, and he's going to be running down aimbot Alex, who's going to get back into safety, but Milkman falls, but aimbot Alex is going to get revenge for his teammate. Your ult and the flash will be invested. And aimbot Alex is going to find a beautiful shot on the jewels. It is just a 2 versus 2 now. Jacking with that spam, or with that blind coming out, but he will get the 3K with that kill on the aimbot Alex, and it's just Colby in a 1 versus 2. Colby unsure of where anybody is. Cautious for a potential lurk. And he's gonna miss some shots on the Draken, but Claus is there to save Draken's life, and he's gonna get that spray down, and Colby falls. It is now a tied game once again.
SSD convert the half buy. Of course, it is expensive utility-wise, committing the breach and Neon ult, but they do get a free B bomb site. Sock gets the pick on. Who did he get the pick on? Limp Man, I believe. Limp Milkman. And he was instantly traded out by aimbot Alex. But it's interesting to see how they, you know, went about that. Oh, we see the TF2. Is that a TF2 reference? I believe the sniper case and the jar of piss. And I'm not old gen enough to know that. Here we're gonna see SSD going back to their old ways with the C-long aggression.
Getting that slide, and he ends up getting that kill, but Pixel with that instant trade. And another nice kill on the Draken. Draken seeming unaware of what's happening right now.
They're left in the 4v3. We see Claus lurking up through B, and it evens out numbers. Now he's going to invest the Cypher ult. They're going to get the positioning. He takes a lot of space here in CT spawn, and it's going to be a free rotate from the breach. They're going to try to get bombed. Colby with the Guardian pick. And it's, you know, they lost numbers again.
Yeah, once again, Jules and Captain Winners in a 2 versus 4. Spike will go down, though.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Pixel did invest the Sage ult to secure the round. It's now a 4v2. Was a 3v2.
The Sage did use that ult to keep the numbers in their favor.
It's looking very tricky here from Jules. Jules does get one, though. Does get one with the Bulldog, and it's looking like Captain Winners is just going to opt for a save here. Saving that Odin. Hasn't gotten too much value out of it, surprisingly, but maybe he thinks he's Energy Brock for those of you who did not tune in to the Champions matches today. But we're seeing a you know, rise in the Odin and its usage. But, I mean, if you're SSD here, you got to go back to the drawing board. You got to reconsider whether all this C aggression is really going to be paying off. They've been able to aggress onto the site sometimes, but oftentimes losing out the trade outs and going down in numbers, and they haven't been able to convert those rounds. As I just said that, they're going right back to the C aggression. They do have a free bomb site.
Yeah, C site has been completely abandoned as Milk Machines wants nothing to do with that take. It seems like they're just gonna default with that Waylay ult to start the retake, and Alex is gonna find some valuable information, finding some players on site. Gonna get back to safety. Sova ult will be invested as well. This is an expensive round for Milkmen. And by Alex finding a pick on the Draken, that's the smoke's gone. Are they aware of Sock in the corner? And it doesn't seem like they are. Sock with some trigger discipline gets a pick on the Colby and Alex as well, and a Pixel. A 3K for Sock, finds the one on the Milkman as well, and that's a 4K for Sock. Milk
Nice.
Machine's
Is
just
absolute
not clearing them out.
domination coming from the SSD sub. And if you're Milkman, you got to be considering whether or not these, 5-man retakes are really working. They're not really utilizing any sort of lurks or flanks to trap in those SSD attackers, and they're all just running in and dying. Obviously, they're not diligently clearing the corners. We've seen Sock multiple times hiding in corners, hiding in smokes, and he's able to get multiple kills on those retakes.
Go, go, go.
That was also a very, very expensive round ult-wise for Milk Machines to lose. A Sova ult and a Waylay ult, both invested for a retake that ultimately ended up in a loss.
Sock's able to get the orb long. Now he's only one off of the Neon ult. We're going to see if he maybe tries to get a pick here and uses the ult to further aggress. They use this conditioning, this C-long conditioning to their advantage to maybe call for some rotates. They go with the fake pressure, and it's going to be a fast rotate over to A-long. Limp Milkman, though, staying disciplined, not over-rotating. But yet again, it's going to be a free bomb site, another 5v5 retake.
Ooh, a nice shot from Sock on Alex. And just like that, Alex is sent back to spectate his teammates. And that breach utility is going to be a nice little delay. And Milk Machines having to deal with so much util, preventing this take from even beginning. And Sock is holding an angle. He's going to find a two-piece on a Milkman and Pixel. And he's going to be going for more. That ult will be investing. He's going to find another 4K, but Alphonse is there to shut him down. And it's just Alphonse on a 1 versus 3. Seeming very unlikely. It looks like he just wants to get this random and get out, but Draken's going to be there to stop.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. Tries to grab the rifle, ends up picking a classic off the ground, and it's just over. Honestly, if I'm Sock here, I'm wondering when am I going to finally get my ace? He's got, what, 2, 3, 4Ks this half? Hasn't been able to convert the ace, but... And of course, Milk Machines making sure they can full buy during this last round of the half. It is a close match, though. If they're going neck and neck, I think Milk Machines have pulled off some really good defensive rounds to stay in this. Obviously, we were talking before game. I feel like all of us kind of expected an absolute roll from SSD, especially with all these star players they have.
Sock once again going for his entry on the C side, but Pixel's going to be there to shut that down. Breach ult will be investing. That is going to be a world of trouble for Milk Machine. Alphonse retreating back into that garage smoke, but Draken is there to get that pick on the site, and Jules is there with another pick as well onto Alex. There's just a 3 versus 3, 2 versus 3, I should say, with Alphonse getting a pick on the Julie, but Claus is going to return the favor with a 2-piece onto Colby and Milkman. And Claus is going to shut the round out with a 3K, a headshot onto Alphonse.
Huge props to Claus for being able to close out that round. Bit of a miscommunication on that side execute. We had Stock going in alone, completely isolated. No one was able to trade him, but that breach ult invested, and it worked really well to clear sight. Claus able to find a couple 1v1s and get a 3K, secure them around, and now it's 5-7. It's going to be interesting to see how these different playstyles transfer over after we switched halves. Looks like we're going to see some early aggression from Sock. A-long. And he's got the perfect read as Milk Machines are going 5A. No lurks, no default. They're just going for a full-on 5-man push.
Sock is already crossed. That orb's going to be grabbed, and Milk Machines showing no presence in lobby. Avoiding that dart, but presence will be made. And aimbot Alex is going to open up the round with a pick on the Jules. Sock is going to go for the spray, but nothing's going to happen as Colby has caught him completely off guard. Colby trying to take some shots, and he is going to make one connect. Draken falls.
Aimbot Alex will lure this lurk, but he takes out the knife. And Claus, they know where he's at. There's no way. Does manage to get 2, but it's left in the 3v1. They know exactly where he's at. They're going to play for backside. Milk Machines playing very disciplined here, even investing the Sage Wall. They know where he's at, and if you're Claus, this is a complete uphill battle. Insert the image of that one guy pushing the boulder up the hill.
Ooh, a nice shot from Colby on a Claus.
We did see some early aggression from SSD towards the A long. They do decide to push off, and they just get absolutely run over by Milk Machines Execute. Now the score is 6-7. Please don't say anything in chats. But if Milk Machines are looking to tie this up, hopefully secure the anti-eco.
Sock's going for a push down short with the shorty, no less. Hoping to find a cheeky little pick here.
Surely they
And
clear this.
maybe he'll get one. However, Colby taking his time clearing these angles. And with how he's clearing,
They're not
it looks
looking
like
at it.
he
They're
might
not aware.
lose
They're not
Sock.
aware.
Oh, Sock does end up getting one, but Colby does train him out instantly. And aim by Alex is there in support as well, taking that site like it's nothing. And a 3 versus 4 number advantage for Milk Machines.
Milk Machines are completely aware of this flank.
Enemy remaining.
And Drake in this time left down to the 1v1. Aimbot Alex gets the 3K to secure the anti-eco round, and we're tied up at 7-7.
And this match is going honestly not the way I expected. I thought it was going to be a blowout. I thought SSD was going to be walking all over him like it was no issue. But man, Milk Machines doing a really, really good job at keeping up with the rounds.
Yeah, they're trading rounds like they're Pokemon cards. We're seeing a lot of, they're matching that early round aggression from SSD. They're gonna get sprayed out by Draken.
Cover going out.
Looks like it's heavy B aggression on this round.
Stealing sight.
And that is a good blind coming out from Jack, and then the blind will be turned on the side of Milk Machines as well. And Colby opening up the round with a pick on the claws. Stinger just not able to be dealt with, and Sock is being hindered where he stands, but it looks like he is going to get out scot-free.
Obi's gonna
That
get
was
that
a
pick on the
good
C-bomb
response.
site, instantly calls for the rotates, coming from his team. Aimbot Alex gets a pick garage.
And Alex is shooting.
That's great teamwork, great calling from Colby to call for his teammates. They get a free C-bomb site after that aggression from the C side. And it's down to Jules and Captain Winners to try to secure the first full buy round for SSD. Captain Winners start off strong, gets the first pick. Colby, well, with the 3K. Can he get 4? He does. And they get bonused. If you're SSD, you cannot let that happen. It's too close of a game to be giving up rounds that should be won.
And that
And
is going to
already-
put SSD on an eco round. This is a very important round for SSD to win. They need to get back into this economy.
Very, very interesting.
Especially comparing it to Milk Machine's economy. I mean, multiple players sitting over 5K.
But look at Jules here. The Sova for SSD going with a complete force. Oh, never mind. Did sell the Vandal last second. Again, from Milk Machine, seeing this early round aggression A, taking their time, not making too much noise. They have that Cypher information on C, so they're going to rotate towards the A side, get spotted by the Sova drone. And we see instant rotates coming from the side of SSD. They already have 4 on the bomb site.
Wow. Colby getting 2 on the Sock and Jules, but Draken gets the trade, and Captain Winners eventually clears out hell. Vandal in the hand of Captain Winners, however, a 3 versus 3. This is going to come down to patience and
From Claws.
re-clearing. And
Are they
Claws.
bits?
Cage triggered.
Great use of the cage air, able to get the gun.
Enemy remaining.
Gets another one.
Spike down A.
Interesting use of the Cypher ult there. There's only 1 player left.
Claws. A beautiful round from Claws. That lurk going unchecked by Milk Machines. And that is going to put them back into a tied game.
Seemed like Alphonse was aware of it, but he does turn at the last second before swinging, and that allows Claws to get the kill, uses the cage to secure the rifle, and from there it's over. And here we see an instant pivot going from the A bomb site to C bomb site. Similar early round aggression again.
And it looks like a heavy seed hit is coming out from the side of Milk Machines. Waylay will be invested, and that Omen Blind is going to come out to try to stall. And by Alex dashing in, finding nothing.
They wear that Claws on the bomb site.
Claws. But these trades are just coming out so effectively. Colby finding a pick on a Draken, and that spike is going to go down. And there's nothing that SSD can do about it. Sock trying to find a bit of spam. Gets the dink on Alphonse, and he does end up getting the kill in the end. But they expect Milkman. Jules falls, Kappa Winters falls, and Sock left to be the hero.
Is able to stick half. Does have the silver recon dart though.
Is he gonna stick this?
And Tubby! No, not Tubby, Sock!
Clutch.
With the 1v3 clutch.
Faced worse.
No, you're right. Tubby.
Yeah, I read his premiere tag. My apologies.
Sock is very tubby.
I mean, I'm speechless.
And that is just not a round you can really afford to lose on the side of Milk Machines. It was going so well until it wasn't.
Until it wasn't. They do give up the man advantage. Give up 1v1s. They allow Sock to enter into the bomb site, get those kills, get it to half, bait out the aggression from Limp Milkman. And it's over from there, and we see somehow Milk Machines are still in a half by round here. Let's see if they can convert it.
Colby has grabbed such valuable information, and he has came out backside, but he does get killed by Sock. That spam bringing him just low enough, but Claws is there on the pick onto the pick.
Down to the 4v3 man advantage.
Don't miss me too much.
Never mind.
Aimbot Alex.
Completely give away their advantage. Aimbot Alex getting 2. 4v3 down to the 3v2. Limp Milkman able to clean it up, but does Sock do it again? We've seen him do it before.
Spike planted.
Down to the 1v2. Let's see if Milk Machines are a little bit more disciplined here. Looks like they have a couple of off angles. He's going to use the wall. Get the first.
Sock.
Again, down
Oh my god, Sock is just too good. Another hero 4K coming out from Sock, and that is a devastating round to lose up here in Milk Machines. That has to be tough on the mental. Sock is just seeming unstoppable right now.
They always say lightning can't strike in the same place twice, but we just saw it here live at First Light Valorant. I mean, I'm absolutely speechless again. We saw that great off angle, in my opinion, from Alphonse, but uses the fast lane, and Sock is able to isolate it. And again, down to the 1v1 between him and Limp Milkman. And Limp Milkman, for the second time, is not able to close it out. And it's now 8-10, all of a sudden. And I'm not sure how, after that half buy round, that they're still able to, Milk Machines are still able to get a full buy round here.
Doing a thing.
Seems like Milk Machines doesn't really know what to do here, as this execute has slowed down significantly. Claws barely avoiding that hinderer. And he's gonna find that pick on Alex through that Cypher cage, but Alphonse is gonna be there in the instant trade. Jack-handed, pulling out his patented Odin, is gonna TP behind Milkman, and Milkman's not gonna expect it. Draken taking the show away from Sock and getting a 4K of his own. What is going on?
How many 4Ks are we going to see this map before we get an ace? I mean, it is just absolutely insane. So one thing I do want to point out, though, I believe... Oh, it looks like we got a timeout coming here from the side of Milk Machines. Great, gives me more time to talk. And they got to talk it out. They got to think, you know, maybe this attack side isn't going to plan. We're not playing our own game. You know, this aggression, not aggression, but these site holds on the side of SSD are just so strong, and yeah, they're getting too many picks early on the site execute. One thing I do want to point out is I believe aimbot Alex does use his refract at the start of the round. So when he does execute onto site and he gets hit by that tripwire, he's unable to refract out. And that just, that's the toppling domino. That starts the chain reaction to where impressive Odin spams coming from Drake. And as I mentioned before, Odin, very underutilized gun. And we see that right here, that middle box on the C-bomb site is paper thin. So Draken able to get those spams. Timeout over here. Let's see what they, concocted up of, one more round win from SSD puts them on map point. Option to go for a half buy here. They will have enough money if they do lose this round to go for a full buy.
Getting a pick on the Alphons. And the Omen being brought out of the round back into the spectating screen so early on, and that is just not a pick you want to be gotten for the side of Milk Machines. Milkman finding that lurk on the Claws though.
Claws having a little bit too much fun, a little bit too indisciplined, giving up that pick. And they do know that Claw is typically the C player, so they call for that rotate. But Sock has a perfect read, and using that that neon sprint is able to get over there. And that kind of funnels Milk Machines right into garage here where Sock's waiting with his crosshairs. He's been lethal all day, almost racking up 30. Does he get one more?
Smart move. I'm out of here. This way.
Sock anticipates the flash here,
Go, go, go.
utilizes the wall, maybe to regroup with his team, but he stays. And we see yet another pivot this round coming from Milk Machines. Down 4-3. They're going to be looking to get a pick isolated on this breach here on Cap and Winners before his teammates can help out. Obviously, they're all the way on the C side of the map. But looks like Cap and Winners going to be playing discipline. Just playing to use his util, wait for his team. They do get the A bomb site, but it's going to be a retake 4v3 for SSD here.
Cap for Winners going for the spray on the Pixel, and Sock finding his third kill on the Kobe. Spots the shoulder of Milkman in short. But Milkman is going to get the pick on the Winners. Finds another one on the Jules, but Draken's going to shut out the round with a Odin spam on the Milkman. Draken showing why he is just so obnoxious with that Odin.
Obnoxious. I couldn't think of a better word to describe this playstyle. We actually had the double Odin coming out from Draken and Cap and Winners on that post plant. They knew exactly where Limp Milkman was after that first pick he got. And it's just Odin spams as Sock's able to stick the bomb to half. And I mean, I think, me personally, Milk Machines are giving up way too much early picks at the start of the round. And it's really making it hard to convert these rounds.
And Claws taking out Colby right off the rip, and that is just something you don't want to happen, especially on the match point situation. Claws unaware of the people who have worked up C long, but he does seem to know now as the pinks do come through. Tries to get the jiggle kill on the Alex, and he is gonna get it. Pixel finds a pick through the smoke, and Pixel is gonna fall off. Does not want to deal with Claws.
Yet another 4v3 for SSD. They have been absolutely lethal in converting these man advantages. And Sock's able to get a good position, gets the read. He hears the Milk Machine players rotating through mid, and he has a timing, and it's over.
Oh no.
Down, attacker spawn.
Does get the Sagers off. Okay, as I say that, I was about to say it's a 2v2, but Cap and Winners lethal with the Odin as ever. Gets it back down to the 1v1, but does have some Yor util. Still has full util except for one flash. So he could cook something up. We're going to see him probably get aggressive early on. Try to get that equalizing pick. Maybe play around with his TP, his clone. Try to confuse the last player remaining on the defuse. But yet we do see this early aggression. But Jules, Cap and Winners playing very disciplined, playing together.
One enemy remaining.
Gets that pick. He does TP out. And Jules has no idea where he's at. Does expect the garage, though. He's gonna recon, but the recon's not gonna see him. And Colby runs knife out. How is he alive? Absolutely toying with Jules. Ring around the rosy. And he gets the spray through the box. Does lose the rifle, though. That is very, very bad in terms of econ. One thing I do want to point out, I'm so surprised that they don't get the hard read on Claus. Claus plays behind that box every single time to play off his trip, and they still do not spray it. So I wonder if they utilize any util, any bolts to try to clear him this time. It's looking like we've got a lot of ults here on the side of SOC. They do they don't have a stable economy though, so if they do this round, they're gonna have to go to the eco. But again, they do have 4 of their ults, especially that neon ult. Already utilizing the breach ult to back off this push. And yet again, we have early aggression here, taking map control from Claus. He's gonna hear this rotate. I don't think they expect him here. Here's the rotate. He's gonna have trigger discipline. Trying to get more than one. Gets the one. Gets Claus. Gets Claus. Gets 3.
And it is a 4 versus 2. Milk Machines at a drastic number disadvantage. And with Sock still alive, it seems almost impossible.
And you also have to think about it. We do have the Sova here on the A side. If I were Sova here, I'd probably play on the B side so I can use my ult to, deny the plant on both sides. But does play on the A side. We get info from Draken. Misses the Odin shot. Somehow gets the spray, though. And it's down to the 1v1. Seemingly impossible. And it is. Aimbot Alex cannot get the 1v4. And your final score is 13-9.
Close out the game.
The Odins are always the closers here. And this final score, 13-9 on the side of SSD. And that second half is much more in line with what I think everyone else was expecting coming into this match. Sock lethal as ever. Doesn't invest the neon ult at the end of the round, though. I'm surprised he didn't just ego peek with his neon ult. But again, he's playing very disciplined. That's one thing that I saw a lot of from both teams. Very disciplined, playing those number advantages. I mean, obviously, kind of hard to play a number advantage very well when you're going against Sock. We saw those 2 rounds in the middle of the second half. Sock does end up clutching a 1v2 twice, I think. Yeah. Or he gets the 1v3 twice. So
what a match, though. I mean, Milk Machine's doing a really good job in the beginning of keeping up with SSD, but unfortunately, they weren't able to get enough rounds to stop the Sock massacre, the Sock masterclass. They gave Sock a chance to warm up, and that's usually the problem with the teams that go against Sock.
I think we need to put a sub restriction on Sock. Too lethal. I mean, he doesn't even. I don't know how much chemistry he has with anyone on this team, but they don't even need to have that. They just insert him and let him do his thing, and he goes off, and it's an absolute massacre. Some may even call it genocide. And against this Milk Machine team, which credit where credit is due, they did not play bad, right? They were able to get a 7-5 half. They were able to go toe-to-toe with SSD. And, no matter what they do, right? Could have easily been 11-11 if they had secured those 2 rounds. But yet again, we see our X Factor over here, Sock, securing those 2 rounds. Getting his team, which brought him on. Getting his team the round win. Or the map win.
And I think this is a good time to wrap up the stream. It was a very good match, very well played to both teams. But
Nick, do you think, what if we could get an interview? Do you think we could get an interview with Sock? Are you down for an interview and try?
An interview?
Yeah, they did an interview on my match with my captain.
Let's drag him in here. If it'll let me.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello. You're being dragged in for an interview.
Yep. Sorry to steal you from your team. We just got a couple questions, trying to get your thoughts post map. How you feeling?
Um, all things considered, pretty bad. Why do I drop 380 in my game and 440 in a sub game? I don't know, but here we are.
Obviously, big part of the win here for SSD. What was it like subbing in? You don't really know that many people. Maybe you do know people on the team, but how
I
was
know
it like
everyone on
subbing
that
in?
team.
Okay, you do know
I've
everyone on the
met
team. Never mind.
I've met two of them, met three of them, and then one I've known for a while. So yeah, I know everyone on that team. They're a blast to play with. But I mean, yeah, the vibes are just generally high no matter what.
Yeah, how was it like getting inserted? I don't know if it was last minute or anything, but was there any issues with communication or strategizing, or was it just they put a
No,
rifle in your hand and just
no.
let you off the leash?
I think Jules and Captain Winners are two of the most like malleable bronzes in the entire league by far. They kind of just do what you want them to do. If you ask them to do something, they're there, they're doing it. It's beautiful.
Obviously, I feel like addressing the elephant in the room, all those 4Ks coming out from everyone. You had believe had two or three yourself. We had one from Draken.
See, two or three. I had four 4Ks.
You had
Jeez,
four. Okay, yeah, I miscalculated four 4Ks.
I just looked. That stunned me.
Um, so what happened? Why couldn't you just secure an ace for the fans watching at home?
Well, you see, it's kind of difficult. Cause like this Captain Winners guy and this Draken guy, they use this gun. It's a pay to win gun called the Odin. Um, and
I'm
if you are
familiar.
in its path, you are obliterated. And so it's kind of hard to get five when the fourth one is just like removed from existence.
That's fair enough, fair enough. Early on in the game when you guys were on the attack half, we did see a lot of early round aggression, especially coming from you. How do you think the other team handled that? Obviously, it was a very close first half, very close second half. Some may say, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Any
mean,
comments on the other team how they played?
yeah, especially in the first half. I think what was the whaler's name? Aimbot Alex. This guy was crazy at just locking me down on random angles, bro. This guy would be like out C or like in garage and just catch me off guard, do like 140. There's been a couple of times where I 140'd him and he just one tapped me with a vandal. Um, and yeah, that guy was mainly the one shutting me down on attack. And it's kind of hard to hit a site um, when you're down your entry duelist and then everyone else is like low util spread across the map.
Yeah, we did see that a lot when you were the first death in the round. We saw a lot of pivots, a lot of hesitation coming from your team, which rightfully so, right? They're down there entry, as you said. But I still think you guys played a phenomenal first half, utilizing that early round aggression, trying to catch milk machines on the back foot. And we did see a little bit of that early round aggression too in the defensive half. So you want to talk about, especially from Claws. So any comments on your team, how they played, how they took map space, and all that mumbo jumbo on the defensive half?
Yeah, so this Claus guy, he has a reputation around FLV. He's kind of the brain off but aim on player. So
Well,
this guy has absolutely zero strategies, zero setups besides like the bread and butter. He just goes out and shoots people randomly.
just want to just correct you there. I believe he did have his aim off in the Nomads game, but I digress. Um,
He's
but yeah,
human.
no, he was a key part of that defensive half. Obviously, we saw I forget, I believe it was the last round or one of the last rounds where he had full control of the attacker spawn and was able to get the 3K before getting traded out.
You know, I really attribute all of Closator's success to this little thing called Twitch Prime. If you haven't heard about it, yeah, if you have this thing called Amazon Prime and you link it to your Twitch account, you know that you get $5 free every month. And if you're not using it, you are wasting money. You can literally take money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket if you just subscribe with Twitch Prime.
Wow, that is a
Sorry,
great transition into
shameless.
an
I'm sorry.
advertisement. Everyone, make sure to support both of the First Light Val Twitch streams. Obviously, we're on the second stream here, trying to get it to affiliate. So if you guys don't mind, dropping a follow
I
if you're
forgot we're
tuning
on the
in.
second stream.
Yeah,
Yep.
we are on the second
Go to the
stream.
main
So
stream and drop a sub.
yeah,
Smile.
but do drop a follow on the second stream. Try to tune into the second stream so we can get it to affiliate. Anyways, Sock, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. So before you leave, you have any last words for the fans, for your teammates? You know, maybe
Yeah,
you
you
might be
know,
a
to
sub in the
my
future.
team last place, I'm sorry for letting you guys down. To my second team, SSD Gaming, I don't know how to pronounce that second word. SSD Gaming backwards. You know, you guys are my homies. Love you. Respect to enemy team, and yeah, that's about it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sock, for joining us here at First Light Valorant. Looking forward to see your performance in the coming weeks.
You'll see it whether you want to or not.
I
Um,
think that's a good time to end this
yeah,
stream.
let's
Yeah.
get this guy out of here. Yeah.
Oh,
Bye, Sock. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. My name was Entry. I was joined by Ziff. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone.